Good afternoon and welcome to Live at 5 on WBON Channel 9, where every local story starts here. I'm Gwendolyn Morton. We've got an update and a story that we've been following out of Lee County and an arrest in a months-old case right here. We're going to have that in just a minute, but first, Richmond police officers responded to Keeneland Drive on Sunday night for reports of shots being fired in that area. An investigation was opened Monday morning. Officers report that shell casings were found at that location. Then Monday afternoon, someone reported finding a bullet hole in their wall. This is an ongoing investigation. If you have any information that might help police, you're asked to please contact the Richmond Police Department. Well, in that story that we've been following, the Kentucky State Police Richmond Post has identified a person of interest in a death investigation out of Lee County. The state medical examiner's office identified human remains discovered last week in Lee County as 52-year-old Tamika L. McDaniel of Beattyville. The initial investigation began when the skeletal remains were located in a burned structure on Kentucky 52 West in Lee County on Tuesday, September the 6th. The remains were removed by the Lee County coroner and transported to the state medical examiner's office in Frankfort for identification. KSP detectives say 33-year-old Logan S. Reed of Richmond is a person of interest in that case. Reed is believed to be armed and dangerous. Anyone with information on Reed's whereabouts is asked to contact law enforcement or the Kentucky State Police Richmond Post. That phone number is 859-623-2404. Well, after months on the run, Kentucky State Police troopers located and arrested Woodrow Lamb, 45, of Mount Vernon, Kentucky, in the Livingston community of Rockcastle County. Lamb was wanted for an incident that occurred in January of this year. On January 30th, 2022, at approximately 11:30 p.m., Rockcastle 911 requested Kentucky State Police Post 11 London to investigate an armed robbery. Preliminary investigation revealed that the subject, Woodford Lamb of Mount Vernon, entered a residence on Reverend Green Loop Road around 11:30 and shot Damian R. Madden, 66, of Mount Vernon. Lamb left the scene in a two-door gray Toyota Scion. The victim, Damian Madden, was taken to Rockcastle Regional Hospital by Rockcastle EMS and was treated for non-life-threatening injuries. Yesterday, Lamb was located and placed under arrest. Lamb was lodged in the Rockcastle County Detention Center on charges that include 5 counts of robbery first degree, 4 counts of possession of a handgun by a convicted felon, 2 counts of burglary first degree, 1 count of assault first degree, and 1 count of assault second degree. Well, another shooting following a violent weekend in Lexington has led to the death of a man at his apartment. At about 9:30 yesterday evening, the police were called to the Keeneland Apartments on West 6th Street. Upon arriving at the apartments, police found a man suffering from a gunshot wound. The man was quickly taken to the UK hospital where he died shortly after. The man was later identified as Dericky Harris, and the police have no suspects in that death investigation. Well, some good news and some bad news coming out of the office of the governor. Andy Beshear said today, Governor Beshear shared that the death toll from July's historic flooding has now risen to 40 Kentuckians lost. Governor Beshear also announced the positive news that Knott and Letcher counties are the first to submit requests for and receive financial assistance from the Eastern Kentucky State Aid Funding for Emergencies. That's EK SAFE. These funds will be used to help support recovery efforts following the massive flooding that began July 26, devastating areas of eastern Kentucky. Together, the two counties will receive more than $1.28 million in funding, which includes $531,000 to the Knott County Fiscal Court to relieve strained fiscal liquidity and $531,000 to the Letcher County Fiscal Court to ease strained fiscal liquidity, and $220,000 to engage in floodplain coordinator. The governor said more applications are on the way and that the administration is eager to continue distributing these dollars to our eastern Kentucky communities. Today, the governor also sent a letter to President Joe Biden seeking an additional modification to the disaster declaration to reflect a 90% federal cost share period once the 100% coverage period concludes. On August the 6th, the president issued a letter approving cost sharing arrangements for the flooding event to increase from 75 to 100% for a 30-day period within the first 120 days of the declaration. The governor said the Commonwealth is grateful for the assistance, but given the flooding impact to these communities, more cost sharing is needed to help local and state governments to recover. This past weekend, a couple of hundred dogs attended the Lexington Humane Society yearly doggy paddle event. Megan Hawkins, who is the Director of Community Engagement for the Lexington Humane Society, mentioned that the money raised for the event will go towards helping animals impacted by recent flooding across the state of Kentucky. What a cute little puppy there taking a swim. Well, Kentucky State Police has identified 3 deceased individuals in a shooting in Paintsville on Friday. Paula Wells, 56 years old of Paintsville, Richard Mormon, 56 years old of Paintsville, and Myrtle Pack, 36 years old of Paintsville. KSP responded to a residence on Depot Road in reference to the incident. The initial investigation indicated that 3 individuals had suffered life-threatening injuries as a result of a suspected foul play. All 3 individuals were pronounced deceased at the scene by the Johnson County Coroner's Office. As a result of this investigation, Ronnie Pack, 21 years old of Paintsville, was arrested and lodged in the Pike County Detention Center. Pack is currently charged with 3 counts of murder and 1 count of wanton endangerment, 1st degree. And with that, we're going to take a quick break. Don't go anywhere. We've got lots more news coming up right here on WBON Live at 5, including the weather. And a very big concert was just announced. It's coming to Kentucky, right here in central Kentucky, to help with those needs of Eastern Kentucky flood victims. That's coming up. We've got more information on that. And of course, we still have sports to go as well. We'll be right back after this message.
Man Chrysler in Richmond is Truck Town, USA. New trucks, used trucks, little trucks, big trucks, short trucks, long trucks. Hey, that's not a truck. Work trucks and fancy trucks. Who says you can't get a truck? Come on down to Man Chrysler Dodge Jeep in Richmond for your best deal today. Truck Town, USA.
Fayette County Corrections is seeking employees who want to work now, and they are ready and willing to help you get started today.
When you first come here, you'll be with me for 5 weeks, and we will teach you the book work, which consists of PowerPoints, some physical activity.
Working at the Fayette Corrections facility is a job you can be proud of.
When I leave at home, I would tell my kids that, hey, I'm going to work to keep the bad guys in so you all be safe on the outside.
Apply today at lexingtonky.gov/correctionsjobs.
You may think the only way to pay for a nursing home is to spend down your life savings or sell your home. Elder Law Lexington can protect your home and life savings through a comprehensive plan so you can qualify for Medicaid. When there's a plan in place, you can rest assured knowing your estate is handled and your family is covered. Give them a call at 888-4-ELDER-LAW or go to elderlawlexington.com. Their Berea office is now open for your convenience.
Do you have dripping registers like this? Drywall issues like this? High humidity can cause a very uncomfortable and sometimes damaging environment. It doesn't matter the age of your system. Improper installation and sizing are the failure. Here at Madison HVAC, we look at your home as a complete system, not just the pieces of equipment attached to your house. Give us a call today at 859-625-1471 so we can provide your solution. And remember, we fix that too.
Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. From our attention to detail, a diverse staff, and the best aftercare in the business, there's no better local choice to take care of your family in a difficult time than Davis & Powell. Call in to discuss pre-planning and preparations so there'll be no additional burden on your family. Davis & Powell Funeral Home in Berea. For additional information, check them out at davisandpowellfuneralhome.com. Davis & Powell Funeral Home, always going the extra mile.
I'm Michelle.
And I'm Jennifer, and in the spring of 1992, Bishop's Small Engine Repair was born in our mom and dad's barn in Estill County.
Then in the fall of 1992, we made the move to Madison County, where we are today. With the support of our family, customers, and community, we have continued to grow in the outdoor power industry. With a full line of products from Cub Cadet, Grasshopper, Echo, and Shindawa, we can help you tackle your yard so you can enjoy it with your family. Bishop's Small Engine Repair, where our focus is our customer. Stop on in, 119 North Estill Avenue in Richmond. We can't wait to see you.
Welcome back to Live at 5 on Channel 9. Well, it seems like it's starting to change just a little bit with the weather out there. I love summer, but I also like that time of year when you can get those windows open a little bit. There was a little bit of a nip in the air this morning. We've got Susie Martin in the Weather Center. She's going to let us know what this week is going to look like for the rest of the week and see how close are we to that fall cooler weather coming to stay.
Thank you so much, Gwendolyn, from the Madison HVAC Weather Center. I'm meteorologist Susie Martin. So we're taking a look at the past 5 days here because we've certainly had a taste of fall, right? As last week we were up to 90 degrees with above average temperatures, and that cold front arrived, and that has really set us into fall mode here. And this is all going to continue, that we do have a slight warming trend. An area of high pressure is what's dominating dry conditions with quiet and cool weather for tonight and a stretch of sunshine ahead. Now, with what we call radiational cooling happening tonight, we do have some fog developing after the midnight hour due to those cooler conditions in the early morning. So we can't rule out some patchy fog, really feeling that crisp feel to the air with those lows bottoming out in the 50s. We are being dominated by a broad area of high pressure, and this dry air is going to greatly limit the threat of precipitation ahead. We've got fair weather expected for pretty much all of the Commonwealth and for all of our communities. Sunshine is going to be very much apparent. Our low temperatures tonight will be bottoming out at around 53 here in Richmond. We've got 55 for Nicholasville. We've got Mount Vernon down to 55 as well. And as we look ahead to the day tomorrow, notice how we will be warmer than today. So we've got more 80s on the map from Stanton into Irvin. We've got Harrodsburg rising to 81 degrees, widespread sunshine across the region. We do see the dew points still sitting in the upper 50s and lower 60s. So this is an indication of pretty dry conditions, still pleasant in terms of humidity. As we remind you, the dew point meter, when we see the dew points in the 50s or below, that's pretty dry air. Once we start to climb into those mid to upper 60s, it starts to get a bit sticky around here. And it looks like we'll mainly stay in those lower 60s through the rest of the week. Let's go ahead and take a look at our extended forecast. Dry as a bone with sunshine dominating and warmer temperatures, but we seem to level off at around the mid 80s through this weekend. We'll continue to fine tune that forecast for you right here. Back to you.
Thanks, Susie. And for weather all the time, you can find it on Channel 9 online. Check out our Facebook page and, of course, WBONTV.com. While thousands of Eastern Kentuckians are still rebuilding their lives in the aftermath of the devastating July flooding, a trio of famous Kentucky country music artists will be holding a benefit concert next month. Yesterday, Rupp Arena announced the concert, which will feature performances by Chris Stapleton, Dwight Yoakam, and Tyler Childers. The benefit concert will take place on October the 11th, and the event organizers say that 100% of the net proceeds will go to provide relief to the Eastern Kentucky flood victims. Tickets for the event, called Kentucky Rising, go on sale Friday, September the 16th at 10 a.m. That's this coming Friday, and you can find those tickets at KentuckyRising.com. Again, that's this Friday at 10 a.m. That will be a wonderful concert and a great cause as well. The Kentucky State Police held its annual Sworn Awards ceremony in Lexington to honor 75 troopers and officers who put on a uniform each day to patrol Kentucky's neighborhoods with a mission of serving and protecting their fellow citizens. The Achievement Awards presented were for the acts of bravery and service that occurred in 2021. 9 troopers and officers from the Post 7 area were included in these honors. The troopers and officers receiving awards this year were involved in incidents of demonstrating abilities that were exceptional. All of these troopers and officers are assets to the community that Post 7 serves, and I congratulate them on their achievements. KSP's focus this year is to maintain and strengthen its essential workforce in order to better provide public safety, maintain critical service, and better reflect the diverse communities that KSP serves. For more information about KSP's commitment of creating a better Kentucky by making Commonwealth streets safer, communities stronger, and the nation more secure by providing exceptional law enforcement. Well, Governor Andy Beshear presented a $464,000 in Community Development Block Grant CARES Act funding to Clark County, which will help renovate the Clark County Community Service Building. Clark County Community Service provides families with clothing, food, utility, and housing assistance. They also provide Senior Commodities monthly food boxes through their Work with God's Pantry. The renovations include an exterior addition to accommodate drive-through commodity distribution of food, goods, and services. It will also staff and volunteers to spread out more and decrease the risk of spreading COVID-19. The new commodity distribution drive-through will follow the U.S. Center for Disease Control and Prevention recommendations for food distribution, which includes, but is not limited to, providing services outdoors whenever possible and facilitating social distancing between staff, volunteers, and clients. And with that, we're going to take another quick break. We've got Michael Watkins. He's going to be in with sports. He's got EKU football news that you're not going to want to miss up after this.
Are you looking for a great career opportunity? Join the team at BG-CAP. The Bluegrass Chemical Agent Destruction Pilot Plant is having a job fair Tuesday, September 13th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. and then on Thursday, September 15th from 4 p.m. to 8 p.m. That's Suite A26, previously the Habitat Restore in the Richmond Mall. They are seeking applicants for plant operators, environmental technicians, and laboratory technicians. Change your life with this great career opportunity close to home.
At Fast Flow Plumbing, you aren't sending your money to Texas and Florida to the big corporate plumbing companies. We're local, and that allows us to invest in the latest technologies like Permaliner for no-dig sewer replacements, which we warranty for 20 years. Fast Flow is the future of plumbing. Don't destroy your landscaping and finished basement because a plumber tells you he has to replace your sewer. Keep your home beautiful. Call a local pro at Fast Flow.
Choose Mercy Health, Markham and Wallace Hospital for your health care. Consider having your preventative care such as a CT lung screening, a mammogram, or a colonoscopy at Markham and Wallace Hospital. You can feel safe to come to the hospital campus. Following CDC guidelines, our care team is doing everything possible to ensure your safety and well-being. For more information about Markham and Wallace Hospital, call 606-723-2115 or visit mercy.com.
Batteries Unlimited in Richmond can energize you when your batteries fade out. They can also cut and make most home and automobile keys, replace and program key fobs, and make copies of your house keys. Plus, cell phone screen repair. Bring in your Apple or Samsung today. We are your home for all batteries. Go see Chris at Batteries Unlimited, Commercial Drive in Richmond.
Granite, marble, and quartz for any surface. Make a lifetime commitment you won't regret.
You can catch the best of the West right here on WBON, Richmond's very own Channel 9. On Draw Western Theater.
Welcome back to Live at 5. The last few weeks for EKU football players and supporters alike have been a roller coaster of emotions, with the cardiac episode suffered by head coach Walt Wells before the season to the 7 overtime victory this past weekend. Today, Walt Wells was on the EKU football press conference for the first time this season, and Michael Watkins was able to speak with him and get an update on the Colonel's head coach.
Through the first 2 weeks of the season, the EKU football team has been without their head coach, Walt Wells, after he suffered a cardiac episode the week prior to the season beginning. This past week, Wells was on the sideline during the 7 OT thrilling victory for the Colonels, and he joked about that not being good for the heart.
It'd be wrong if I didn't come out and say thank you to our staff. Obviously, Gary McPeak, who took over for the 2 weeks that I was gone, and the great job he did, and then the great job that Andy Richmond, Jake Johnson, and Kevin McKeithen did in preparing the team and having them ready for both games, both Eastern Michigan and Bowling Green State. It was awesome for me to get released Friday before the Bowling Green State game. I had the opportunity to drive up with a friend of mine from here in town, meet the team, and be with the team all weekend. And then for us to go out and play the way we played on Saturday, both the ebb and flow of the game, getting behind early, coming and taking the lead and going up by 2 scores, and then them coming back and putting it into overtime, or going up a score and then us putting it into overtime, and then 7 overtimes was a great test for my heart and everything. So feel like I'm ready to go now. And so looking forward to this week against Charleston Southern, who's a really good football team. They played some really good opponents in Western Carolina and North Carolina State. So they'll be coming in here ready to get after us. So we have to prepare well all week.
When the cardiac episode happened, many wondered when or even if at all Coach Wells would be back coaching the team this year. Well, the third-year head coach is ready and will be back on the sidelines coaching this Saturday.
Well, I expected to be. I don't know if the doctors were going to let me or not, but I'll be honest with you, Mike, I don't remember anything. The last thing I remember is trying to get a box to send something to my mother. And the next thing I know, I wake up on Tuesday morning. And so, it was definitely a different episode. I had 99% blockage of the Widowmaker. And so I had no clue what it was going to be about. I'm a product of my family has heart disease in it. My father had 2 bypass surgeries and then died of his 3rd heart attack. And my brother's already had 1 in his 40s. And so, looked down at my chest and didn't see a scar. So I was wondering what was going on, but with everything else being okay and the Widowmaker's the only thing that needed to be fixed, they went up through my arm and through my groin and got the things done. And so, I'm blessed. I'm pleased. I'm happy to be back. I was talking to somebody this morning and they was just, I'm glad I'm talking to you. And I'm like, yeah, me too. It's those things you don't take for granted as much anymore. But no, I probably wasn't expecting to be back that quick, but when they released me is when I kind of thought that, because they didn't give me any restrictions.
EKU will face Charleston Southern this weekend in their first home game of the season in what will be the first ever meeting between the two programs. Our coverage of the game will begin at 4:30 with the official EKU tailgate show on our media partner 100.7 The Coyote and streaming live here on WBON TV. For WBON TV Sports, I'm Michael Watkins.
Thanks, Michael, for that sports update. We're going to take a quick break. It is Tasty Tuesdays. I've got a lineup of the music and the food available tonight and an event for kids at the local libraries. I got more information on that coming up next.
Hey Madison County, did you know Berea Ace Hardware is more than just a hardware store? Berea Ace Hardware carries the top brands like Skag, Echo, Steel, Spartan, Toro, Bentelli e-bikes, Wolf brand scooters, Trailmaster go-karts, and Red Cat Racing RC cars. Check us out at BereaAce.com. We sell fun at Berea Ace.
This is the place with the helpful hardware, folks.
Looking for some fun? The Galaxy Bowling Center has a league for you. No matter your skill level, you can come out, make some new friends, and have a great time. Call 624-4444 for details. Or if you're more of a trivia person, Champions Grill has you covered every Tuesday starting at 7 with great prizes and all-you-can-eat wings for only $19.99. Why go anywhere else? The Galaxy Bowling Center and Champions Grill, your ticket to fun just off I-75, exit 87 in Richmond.
To some, it's just a boat. But to Jim, it's his escape from meetings, traffic, and the grind of daily life. He may not catch any keepers, but he wouldn't trade his day on the lake for anything in the world. That's why his boat is insured by Kentucky Farm Bureau. But it's not just Kentucky's Farm Bureau. It's Jim's Recharge the Battery Farm Bureau.
My Farm Bureau.
David Mayo, John Rader, and Chris Hornsby with Kentucky Farm Bureau.
Support local and get your vehicle running at its peak performance with CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond. Chris Thorne and his staff specialize in diesel performance and repair that will service any vehicle, big or small, with oil changes, brakes, tires, alignments, and more. Broke down and need a tow? Well, call CT Diesel at 859-699-8712. Like them on Facebook to enter a weekly drawing for a free oil change. CT Diesel Performance off exit 97 in Richmond.
It's the common thread that ties us together, making life better for everyone. At CVNB, that means better banking, better accounts and lending, better experiences, better schools and better communities. Better. It's what ties us together. CVNB. Bank better.
Being prepared for various types of disasters is one of the best ways to ensure the safety of your family, friends, and community. The Madison County Emergency Management Agency and the Chemical Stockpile Emergency Preparedness Program is here and ready to support community emergency response. For how to be prepared, make emergency kits, know your zone, and shelter-in-place information, contact EMA CSEP at 624-4787 or visit madisoncountyky.us/EMA. Madison County EMA CSEP, your partner in preparedness.
Welcome back to Live at 5. The Madison County Public Library is hosting an event for teenagers that will be caffeinated. Teen Scene coffee testing will be held at both Berea and Richmond locations tomorrow from 4 to 5 p.m. Library officials say that various topics like brewing methods, drinks, and types of coffee will be covered. The program is intended for children and teens ages 11 to 18. Well, here it is. It's Tuesday again. It is now time for Tasty Tuesdays. We're getting down to the end of these. Tasty Tuesdays is today from 5 to 8 at the Irvin McDowell Park. We're going to have live music. That's going to start at 6 this evening, and that is going to be Vintage Voodoo, and they're going to be playing until 8 p.m. tonight. Some of the food that's going to be there tonight will be Colonel Station. The Chuck Wagon will be at Tasty Tuesdays. We've got Donuts, Dreams, and Drinks. Donut Dream and Drinks. We have Pigging Out will be there at Tasty Tuesdays tonight. And also, of course, we have drinks. We've got Dreaming Creek and Chenault Vineyards. That's tonight from 5 to 8 at the Irvin McDowell Park. If you have any questions, you can call 859-623-8753, or you can email parksandrec@richmond.ky.us. If you've not been out to Tasty Tuesdays this year, I highly recommend go on and get out there tonight. We are down to the end of these Tasty Tuesdays. They'll be wrapping up soon, and you don't want to miss it. It's a great time with some great food out there. We're going to go ahead and say goodbye to another Live at 5. We've got the Daily Flash coming up next, and of course Forensic Files at 6 p.m. Have a wonderful afternoon, and I'll see you right back here tomorrow, Live at 5.